loser, bro.
Alright, we back. New episode of Just Landed, Jetsetters edition, man. You know what I'm saying? In the building, man. Got my people back on the show.
Part
again. 2. You know, I know you had a lot of controversial things that you said on the first one.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But I had to bring it back.
It's about to get way more real.
Tell the people who don't know who you are. Who are you?
Big Blaze. If you run into me recently, they go by Authentic83 on IG. Follow that if you like real shit. If you don't, pre-block me. It don't change.
Hey, you ever get people that see you in the streets be like, they think you like your name is Authentic? Like, does anybody ever?
I have people comment it.
Yeah.
It's just, I just took raw and authentic and just kind of meshed them, just some different. You know, I answer to everything.
So man, look, I know before we talk about all the stuff we normally talk about, man, tell me about what's been going on since last time you've been on the show.
I got a new single out called Cut Up on all streaming platforms on Ride the Bus with Delwyn. Both of them produced by Doja Burner. Shout out to Doja on all streaming platforms. Done a few podcasts, done a few episodes on the Antidote.
Yeah.
Everything on the Antidote. And you know, about to get ready for all the people that ask me about all that, whatever grind time music or all the old music, we about to getting the covers redone. I'm about to upload all that too. So all that's gonna be on our streaming platforms too.
That's what's up. Yeah, so tell me a little bit about the new single, man, Cut Up. What's that about, man?
Just like a club like dance song, like the more like the original jig movement, like, you know, not so much as the rebirth. Same, it kind of got a vibe with each one though.
Explain me the difference between the two.
I mean,
what the difference between jig, old jig and new jig?
Old jig was just kind of more, to me it was more rhythm based, like with the dance style. Like now it's kind of more like, that shit almost like aerobics exercise.
Yeah,
now for
be like the
the
dance Chris Brown and them you be doing. What they call it, pump dances?
Yeah, that shit. Yeah, it's kind of like I don't know. It's like the regular jig was kind of like just it was vibing to a mid high tempo. Now it's kind of more up. A lot of it be kind of more up tempo. So, yeah. But you know, it's all.
I done seen them youngsters jigging to your record.
I'd rather see people jigging and pulling triggers, so, and robbing and stuff. So however you do it, that don't make no man soft if he want to dance. All that good stuff. I'd rather see him dancing and knocking somebody over for trying to get a couple dollars or something.
Yeah.
So
That's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
I know you got the project coming with 627 too.
Yeah. It's like a 9-10 song project called No Boundaries. No features. I got one feature that's from one of my cousins named Ace. Shout out to Ace.
Hold on. I think you got another feature. Don't you got somebody on the line?
I got Delwyn.
Yeah.
The only two features. One of my cousin and me and Delwyn just been.
Yeah,
we got a lot of stuff like. I mean, I got some other stuff going on with me personally, but once I cross that hill, me and Delvin gonna be kings of the club. So,
yeah.
Whatever y'all doing, if you want to get your imprint, go on get your imprint. Cause once I cross my little personal hurdles, it's gonna be game over for everything club wise, and I'm hitting all other angles too, trying to spread some reality. It's all reality music or club music. We stopping all that op rap and slide and all that. We throwing that out the window. That gotta go.
So look, a lot of stuff been going on in this world. This is the last time we talked.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of things you want to kind of want to speak on. Anything in particular that caught your attention lately?
Yeah, it's been a few things, and one of the main things is the term, the street nigga term.
Okay.
That shit don't exist. It never existed.
Explain to me what you mean by that.
Like everybody who's done any type of criminal activity, served time in jail, or just known for any aspect of the street, love to give themselves the street nigga title. It don't exist. It never existed. It's only, we are all just humans who decided to make decisions to do things in the streets that may have got you caught up in some type of legal trouble. It's only a title that gives a false sense of, like a false badge, a false title that's give a badge of honor in all the neighborhoods. That's all it is. It's nothing, so nobody, no kids or nobody glorified. It's time for the wipe away with that, to do away with it, because even the people who claiming they done changed their lives, they still got to hold on to I'm a street nigga or I'm a retired street nigga. Like, you not. That shit don't exist. You just made some wrong choices. And everybody who I see do it got kids, and you still hollering you a street nigga or a retired street nigga. Tell your kids that don't exist if you love them, to try to do something constructive with themselves. That street nigga shit is not what's up and never been. Like, what's the hold on to the pride of I'm willing to go sell some drugs. I'm willing to kill somebody. I'm willing to fight. I'm willing to do whatever unnecessary shit and be proud of it. Don't make no sense for a man or a woman. It just don't.
A lot, Blaze. You said a lot with that. You know.
I ain't never. I jumped off the porch hustling to make money. Have I had fights? Yes. Has I done, certain things? Yes. But I never labeled it a title. Nah, I'm trying to have something in life, because I ain't never had nobody to provide certain things that was a necessity for a child to have. So I was out there getting it on my own, however I got it, but I don't give it no title. There's no title to it.
Yeah.
Just something we say to make it sound like an achievement. Shit ain't no achievement.
So let me ask you this: what can be done, or what you think should be done to abolish that term?
They need to. I mean, I feel like it's something that it shouldn't have never come about, and it's part of the hip hop culture, and it's part of urban culture, not just hip hop. It's part of urban. Everybody who come from areas, even the people that's not from the areas where we had low poverty or bad education or whatever, even the guys, there's a lot of guys in the music that actually had good households. They had either one parent or both parents, grandparents, foster parents, uncles, aunties, godparents. They come up in a good household and they chose to get out there and do it. I don't have no understanding for nobody that chose to get out there and still holding on to that title, because I know people like me that ain't have no parents we was in the streets, and nobody ever hold claim to that title, because none of it don't matter. Like, it's okay to tell your story by all means, but don't try to shine a light on when you constantly have to say, I'm a real street nigga, I'm a street nigga, I'm a retired street nigga. You glorifying it. You still glorifying it, whether you trying to say you changed or not. You still glorifying it. And all of that is a contradiction when you're doing both. That's like lighting a fire and then turning on a hose and putting the fire out. Same thing.
Yeah. So look, moving on from that, what's some other stuff that you just seen that kind of, got you going lately? Because I know, on social media, you very opinionated.
False women with the false entitlement.
All right, so hold on. Before we even get into that, what is it that sparked you to kind of talk about that? Like, what is it that you see?
Because it's advertised so much, where we love to say men supposed to be the provider, for women, but we're leaving out the part where that has to build to become that. Nobody's gonna say, hey, how you doing? Let me just take care of you because you're a female. And when you get with a guy, you should already have your own everything. You should be self-sufficient already on your own. Nobody starts taking care of a woman from the first date until. Y'all act like you're supposed to initially meet you and start paying your bills. I've even seen where women saying, if a dude wanna talk to me, don't say what you doing it to me in my inbox or texting me if you ain't sending me no money. Who was raised to just pay people bills to say how you doing or to show common courtesy? If I'm gonna show you common courtesy, I got to cash app you first.
So where do you think that mindset comes from?
That's this new shit. That's this modern era, senseless.
So
they
what,
listen to all the music, the stripper rap and all that.
Where's it stemming from? That's kind of, I guess, what changed to make this mindset be what it is?
Man, honestly, I can't pinpoint it, but it's a form of mental illness to me. Like I've never seen. It's like somebody, some magic guy, Captain Kirk, Captain Saberhold, fly down with the cape. Hey, you're a nice looking female. How much is your rent? How much is your light bill? How much is your water bill? How much is your insurance? Here goes the money for your kids, all their new clothes and their new shoes. And I don't even know you. I'm just doing this because you were born a female. I ain't never seen that shit happen yet.
Well, it is happening now.
It's happening now because you have a lot of guys can be mind fucked. And what I mean mind fucked is like mental games, reverse psychology. A man will let a woman trick him swindle him by saying, oh, a real man would do this. A real man would do that. A real man shouldn't do this. And they listen to Steve Harvey. He telling them, oh, well, a man shouldn't ask a woman what she bring to the table. She shouldn't have to bring nothing to the table. 4, 5 failed marriages itself and left women high and dry with kids too. Y'all listen to that though.
So let me ask you this. A lot of times women say these different things. Do you feel like they're saying one thing, but they're living or preaching another thing?
Living totally, they would rather 100% of struggling than 50% of prosperity. Meaning, you may can get with a guy where he can take some of the load off you, but because he's not willing to instantly take the whole 100, you would rather struggle alone by yourself. Dumbing shit up.
Do you think they say one thing and do another though? Because don't you find that be the case as well?
Let me tell you something.
They'll preach one thing on the internet, but then
if every woman that got the mind frame that I just said, if every woman felt like that, a man got to do this, that, and the third to talk to you, to get with you, how y'all already got babies when a nigga meet you? If every man was providing something, you wouldn't be calling your baby daddy a deadbeat. You would still be with him. Yeah. Cause he a provider. How are you out here saying what you require men to do, and you done already had between one child and up already before guys meet you nowadays? Or even if you don't have kids, has every guy you done laid down and slept with provided everything you needed wholeheartedly? Why you not a virgin?
So look, let me ask you this. How you feel about when women have a boyfriend, they still need to borrow money?
Toe up. 2 bones. If you got a man, I don't care how long I knew you. I don't care how long we related. And I believe me, you can ask anybody that know me. Even though now I ain't gonna lie to you. And I'm an open book. Like I ain't talked to my mama in like 4 years, just being for real. But even when we was on talking terms or communicated, I told her, you should never need to call me for nothing if a man now. Hands down, I don't spare nobody. So it don't matter who know me, or how they related to me, these words I say go for everybody I ever encounter.
So
You shouldn't call no other man if you laying on side of and having sex with her or living currently with a man. You shouldn't.
So Blaze,
Hands down.
do you feel like there's ever a circumstance where they could call on and ask somebody else for something, even if they with a?
I mean, like I said, only thing I can see is he in some type of physical position where he hurting, can't get out or something. But even if so, he should be done had accumulated something, and you still, no man being a provider should negate the fact that you should be able to provide something for yourself, hands down. So it's between you and your abilities and that man. It should not be a reason why you need to call anybody for anything. I just don't see it. Not, especially not as much as people do these days.
If the man working and they still short, what should be done?
He ain't supposed to be coming home comfortable. Man, these niggas coming home comfortable they could be coming home to cut off utilities, eviction notices, just empty pockets, period. If you know you about to pay the bills, and you about to be back at square one, you should have some type of talent, some type of skill set, or another job to go to accumulate more money, not just come home, roll you a blunt, and pull you up a drink and be comfortable struggling. That shit.
So basically, you saying it ain't enough effort being
No.
made to get out of the circumstance.
Shit, no. I'm 40 years old. I'm 40 years old. Been with the same woman 14 years. And she ain't never had to reach her hand out to nobody all the way up to this moment I'm speaking on this camera. And anybody know me, if you know her, you can ask her. Never. And she got my child, so I go hard for her and my child every day. It's provisions made. It's a roof. We got vehicles. My child fed. She have all her necessities. And I keep everybody straight. I make sure it's straight.
So I guess looking to the whole situation, going back, this level of entitlement. I mean, what do you think is the root of it? Like, who is the problem in this situation? Is the man the problem for putting this woman on the pedestal? Or is it for the woman thinking like she's thinking because for whatever reason?
They both, as a whole, it both got a portion. Both need to take a portion of accountability because regardless of if he's providing, even if he's providing for the whole household situation, she still should try to maintain her some source of income herself. Like, people I hate when they say, men say women don't do such and such like Granny used to do. Women say men don't pay all the bills and such like Grandpa did. My thing is, I come up in a grandparent household. I've never been around to sit and see my grandparents discuss no fucking bills to know what was done. That's just something we hear. We hear, man supposed to be the provider. Men supposed to be the provider. Man supposed to be the provider. Woman should take care of the house. But the thing is, even if you follow that, even if you want to follow that, most of these modern day women don't have domestic skills. So how can you be expecting to be provided for? You don't even have the same necessities that you saying not there, you don't possess either.
So look, not to be biased, but we saying that women don't possess these domestic skills. So what about the men?
To have domestic skills?
Oh no, just what?
The provider? They don't. To me, it's ambition and drive, and just not being lazy. All them elements. Laziness in this era is present for everything. Anything that guys doing. So you see a presence of laziness.
So let's rewind then. Do you feel like men are also entitled too, which is why so many of them are lazy? Because
yeah.
I mean, because you could honestly say that Laziness is a form of entitlement.
Laziness is a severe form of entitlement. That's why, and a lot of stuff is, everything root-wise gonna come from what happened in the household or lack of what happened in the household, but you still can't blame it on the household because some people have everything and that needed essential-wise, and they were taught it, but chose not to apply it or display it. I mean, it's just like people act like they ain't got home training, but come from good ass households. No, they have home training taught to them, but they get out in public and don't display that home training. Yeah. So at the end of the day, once you become an adult, you have to hold your own accountability for what you strong at and what you lack at. You have to hold all your own accountability. Nobody wants to do that. And then once you throw other stuff in the mix, shit just haywire. Like everybody, both genders playing the blame game.
Yeah.
On everything, like, you know.
So I think as a whole, I mean, we got a lot of work to do as people.
Yeah, we got a lot to do as a whole as people, and people have a lot of work to do as individuals, because if you're gonna sit around and say what a man should do, instead of getting out there and getting that shit on your own, you'll fuck around and end up a impoverished person that's complaining. Like, man, at some point in time, as far as providing for yourself, you gotta wipe out the gender shit if you don't want to be assed out in the world, cause ain't nobody out your hand and nobody nothing.
Yeah. Like, so look, I want to move on to another topic. But you being a music artist, and you seeing this quite a bit. I guess you could call this an epidemic in itself. Clout chasing. Tell me, I guess, what is the worst form of it you've seen, and just your thoughts in general in reference to.
The worst form of it is trying to attach yourself to people that you're not affiliated with, or attaching yourself to people and always acknowledging them, and they don't even acknowledge the fact that you exist, but you constantly gotta shout them out. You constantly gotta tag them and everything, and all the picture posts and all the just whatever, and them people don't fuck with you like that. Like every time somebody, I'm all about support. I support strangers. Don't get it twisted. I support somebody on GP, and even though I don't know them, but man, after so long, like it should be a form of reciprocation. But a lot of people don't even. That don't even be a factor. Like they just want to be included and attached to something they feel that's popping, instead of worrying about getting themselves popping.
Yeah.
That shit is the worst. Like, I be like, bro, I be seeing. I was saying this earlier, bro. I know I may be too deep in the trenches, but I got a lot of pictures of my child and my grandkids, some pictures of my old lady in my phone. But I be seeing a lot of these niggas like they got scrapbooks with pictures of other niggas. And other men got scrapbooks of pictures with other men where you could just up and post like, let me keep all these pictures saved of such and so, so I can shout them out all the time. Like,
yeah,
like
I do think that's quite strange. Some people got photos like ready on deck of everybody. Anything happened, whether they in the hospital, they done made an accomplishment, they done did something. All of a sudden now you got all these photos of all these.
I be like, bro, that's weird. That's weird activity. Like, I mean, some shit I only kind of do when it's pertaining to my child. Like, if that's something I even want to do, because it ain't highlighted. Like me and my lady, we don't really highlight. I don't highlight my relationship or my life with social media. Like, it don't have to be a highlight reel. Like everything, like it's kind of like I said it in my last interview. Like, social media a big ass show and tell. It's just like in elementary school when you done bragged about or you got your whatever you got.
So Blake, let me land on this then, because we have touched on that before. But I'm gonna ask you a question in reference to that. Is there anything wrong with show and tell?
I mean, I ain't gonna say, I'm not gonna necessarily say it's something wrong with it. If that's what you wanna do, or that's just something, hey, but it's just like if you're doing, a lot of people doing that shit for, they seeking approval and validation, or just, they on some, it's mostly attention seeking. I mean, I can't say it's wrong or right, but
so look,
they just out here seeking attention.
Okay, so let me ask you this then. We're gonna get deep into it. Is there anything wrong with people seeking attention?
I mean, like, unless you got some type of real legit purpose, like other than being seen for no reason, that shit weird, and it ain't normal.
Yeah, but let's. I just want to get deep with this. Somebody that's always seeking attention, don't you think they might find it weird for people who don't want no attention?
Possibly, but
so it's almost like how can we say?
How can we deem who?
Yeah, who's right or wrong?
It's like it's not. That's why I say it's not a right or wrong. I can't deem them right or wrong, but like.
I mean, I get what you're saying, Blaze. It's weird when you go out your way for attention, but some people might find it weird that you find a way to not get attention. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like who you know, somebody can get up here and be like why you hiding or why you ain't got nothing to say? Is something wrong? You know?
But you know what's so crazy?
What?
I'm glad you said that, because the people that seek attention and they do that, they look at people weird for being like private and discreet about certain things in life. Now, in 2023, being private and being discreet is called being weird or sneaky.
Yeah.
Like they say if you got an old lady or a guy and you don't post them, it's because you don't want somebody else from your other life.
Yeah.
No, it's because nobody encountered this type of access to stuff prior to it being a social media. Before,
at least people of our age.
Before we had a social media, our age, and that's late 30s, early 40s. Before there was a social media, where did you post your vacation highlight reels? Every time you got a vehicle and hashtag it blessed, or a new house and hashtag it blessed, where were you posting it to before Facebook and Instagram existed? Where were you doing this?
What's up, y'all? This your girl Slim Too Bad. And when I tell y'all, this Hibachiano, hitting, so good, y'all. I don't want to put this down. So now I'm about to try this boudin egg roll. First time trying it, let me see. You're gonna get my pure reaction from it. If you like boudins, you're gonna really like this. Shout out to the people for the egg roll boudins and the Hibachiano. Slim Too Bad, checking out, baby. I'm about to go eat.
Hey guys, if you love that episode at I Got Drinks, you definitely need to come check out our I Got Drink mixers, which my favorite is the margarita.
I have classic daiquiri, and I have old-fashioned premium cocktail.
And coming soon, we will be making these on the show, so check these out, and we are going to give our honest opinions on them. But I'm already a fan, so
get these and make sure to view more episodes of I Got Drink at the Antidote Network on YouTube, Roku TV, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
And Amazon.
So Blaze, let me ask you this, bro, in reference to all this. For the younger generation that grew up in this social media era, don't you feel like this is quite normal for them? Because this is really the only thing they
I ain't gonna lie to you, and that's why I don't really. It don't really seem. It's not really crazy. It be the ones that, like, I know that's from people my age, especially when it's like I watched the internet change everybody damn near that I grew up either in the school with or just grew up with, period. I'm like, man, this shit is just.
You don't think that's evolution though?
No,
I mean, you don't expect people to be doing the same thing.
I don't
since the
expect
90s.
people. I don't expect people to remain the same, but at some point you supposed to maintain a certain level of discretion and shit in your life about certain things. Like people posting people work, everybody work, whoever work. I ain't gonna say everybody. You work, you get income tax.
Yeah.
You got to post when your tax money hit. People get food stamps. You got to post when your stamps hit. Even when people getting the PP loan, when they did the PPP loan, you got to post when you get your PPP loans. You got to post it's like you giving your life like a blow by blow. Like you gotta talk about what's your account. Like they have statuses that say, oh, employed people. Oh, what time you go to work. Like, I don't think people realize that it's people on social media that's on social media to lurk, pray, and strike.
Yeah.
You be telling motherfuckers about what time you go to work and come back home to an empty house.
Well,
or motherfuckers stalk you because you talking about what time you go to work and be waiting for you to go in your car to kidnap you or some shit because they may know
So
to
look,
let you into work.
I
It's
got
like,
I got one more deeper for you.
It's real.
I feel like that's also the way they gather information to get this artificial intelligence going.
Yeah.
Because now that they got a routine of the type of things you like, the things you say, what time you go to work, what you doing at work, all these different things, that's more data for them to figure out the nature of a human being to where it could be duplicated or replicated.
And the more shit get duplicated, the more jobs they erase.
Yeah, so I mean, sometimes less is more because if you give too much, you might be giving up the game to get you out the way.
Like AI duplicating voices.
Yeah, well, you know, I've seen the situation where, you know, a lot of these robocalls and spam calls, they be waiting for you to talk so that way they can record your voice, so that way they can duplicate it later to, you know, backdoor it. You know, call your cousin up, call your mother up.
That's why, like, if you see numbers you don't know, it's like, and it's so crazy because you gonna have something. I don't care if you gonna have doctor's office or something. You gonna have something where you may not necessarily know the number, where you answering to say, even to say hello.
Yeah, that's
saying
why.
hello.
That's why a lot of times now when I answer calls from numbers I don't recognize, I make them speak first.
Yeah.
So I'll pick up the phone. I'll pick up, but I won't say nothing. I'm wait till they say something. Because if you know me, you gonna say something.
Yeah, facts. Man, I ain't gonna lie. It's so much different shit in the world. Like it kind of pay you. You gotta have a level of discretion out here, or you setting yourself up for extreme failure on a personal level. Like you can't disclose everything. Like I come up in a household, bro, where like, man, we wasn't talking about how much money we got, what type of money we got, when we get our money. Like you getting food stamps. Like, and then people soliciting government shit on the internet, like who got them yams or inspection stickers and temp tags for sale. Man, y'all saying come get me.
Yeah.
Man, y'all crazy than a motherfucker.
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you too. I feel like a lot of people don't feel like stuff is real until it happens to them.
Just like they got just like they doing that. Like I said about the stuff you not supposed to be, whether it's fake or real, you ain't supposed to be. Man, they got people doing people braces and shit in their kitchen.
Yeah.
You mean you gonna let a nigga go in your mouth in their kitchen?
Hey.
Shh. I'm doing BBLs on the back porch. Fuck it. Everybody, you picking you some shit you ain't supposed to be doing, and you maybe YouTube it or go to some type of school or something and figure you gon' hey, I'm gonna give myself a license. I could do your braces or your veneers. Just, man, you come over here in the little JoJo room. I could do them back there.
So look, ironically, you said BBLs and things of that nature. I'm gonna transition to a situation that happened. You tell me what you think about it. First of all, let me know if you know the situation. So recently, Zion Williams has been in the news. That's guy for the Pelicans.
Yeah.
And he had a situation where he done got a young lady pregnant with storied history, but he also got another lady who works in adult film who's saying that she's also pregnant for him as well, and she seems pretty upset that he's not claiming her. So what do you think about that whole circumstance with Zion?
He ain't got a claim. Dana gonna tell the tale. That's what the hood calls DNA. Call it Dana. Dana gonna tell the tale. Dana gonna tell the tale if you've been out in the rain without a raincoat. Dana gonna tell if you've been there or not. You can't deny Dana. And once you ain't got to claim her, but once Dana say you done dripped in her, go on, you might as well go on ahead and get ready.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna lie. The BBL is like when shit become popular, that becomes the new body type, and I'm glad we talk about that, man. I won't say rest in peace to DC Young Fly, even though I don't know him.
DC Young Fly wife.
Oh, it's wife, old lady, whatever. But bro, I want to tell everybody, and this comes from somebody. I deal with issues with weight. I got a weight problem, and my weight affecting the back injury I have to this present day that I'm struggling with. That's why I can't really, move and do a lot of stuff I want to do. But for women, you gotta love yourself, man. The world has set up the tools for all the women not to love themselves in false ways that they think they can recreate themselves or fix what they feel like they don't like. They giving women fake hair. They shave off their eyebrows, draw them back on. Go buy some goddamn eyelashes that look like big tarantulas. Put on their eyelids. They got bras to push up off padded bras if they don't like their bra size. They got waist trainers if forever dealing with their shape. They go and get cut on to get BBLs. They got acrylic shit for your fingernails and your toenails. It's all type of tools to say, and society tells you first it was everybody trying to be so skinny. Now it's the moving the fats from one place to another for a certain type of body shape or a certain body part, to where people are willing to go lay on tables for cosmetic reasons, what they feel like can help them enhance their look to appeal to whether it be men or just to the public in general. And a lot of them don't even have, to me, I don't feel like nobody should go get cut on for cosmetic purposes. But if you feel like you in a modeling field or whatever, and you feel like that's something to enhance you for your livelihood, to get booked more or whatever, that gives it a reasonable understanding for you. But for the people if you just a regular 9 to 5 and that's just what it is, they go and get BBLs to sit behind a desk.
So I gotta disagree with you on that. I'm gonna tell you why. I do feel like you said, like, for modeling purposes. Yeah,
I'm not saying do it.
No. But you understand why they would.
I can see what would make them. I still don't think they should go do it.
No, I agree with you on that. But I feel like a lot of reasons why these women go get this done is so they can attract the person. So that way they don't have to do this 9 to 5, or they don't have to.
And see, this is the breakdown of why it's like it's a chain of events. Okay, this surgery, BBL surgery, fat transfers, whatever the names and titles. Women get that in looks to attract men because men looking at a certain body type or whatever aspect of a woman they deem to be the most attractive, ass, whatever. So a woman willing to go risk their lives to lay on the table to go get their body altered to attract a certain type of men
Or to keep one.
Or to keep one.
Because, you know, if you're already dealing with a man that's considered, I hate to use the term high value.
Yeah.
But a man that's highly wanted, they might go do that so they can make sure they can secure that man that he don't go for.
I feel what you say, like that high value is something that became popular by personality. So people ran with it. It's kind of more like you would want to say highly desired by or something like that. Yeah. But man, you risking your life. Like when you alter all your blood and stuff, your heart. Your heart is pumping it to made and adjusted to how your body.
Yeah. But Blaze, think about this. They are risking their lives to do it, right?
Yeah.
But we also have niggas who risk their lives when they sell drugs, when they in the streets banging, you know what I'm saying? Even if you go to the military, you know what I'm saying? You kind of risk your life then. So I mean, at the end of the day, it's really about kind of like taking poison.
It's kind of like what you willing to do.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, if they willing to do it to get what they trying to get, who are we to tell them?
And at the end of the day, just like it's one thing about just like going lay on the table, as if you out here in the street doing foul stuff to people is a risk, like you said.
Yeah.
So if you do it, you still your own fault.
Yeah.
Like we could play the blame game all day, but even if you pass away, you have to take accountability. That accountability falls on even the person that died.
Yeah.
Like your looks and taking a risk on having a makeover, a mommy makeover, or whatever, that's worth your life to go lay on the table.
I mean, because think about it. Let's say you want $1 million, and you know, if you got to do such and such to get the $1 million, you know the risk you took to get that $1 million, and it's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, it's the same as if you in the game, like you say, selling drugs, robbing banks, robbing the people that sell drugs.
Yeah.
Whatever, it's a risk. It's all a risk, but man, I ain't gonna lie. It's got a lot of people willing to die for. That's why they say people be willing to die for the look.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day,
they willing to die for the look.
I mean, they low key really willing to die for the lifestyle that comes with they have that look.
Because they look. Say, bro, they had a show that talked about social media. I watched on TV, and they talked about how social media, they have people that commit suicide because they can't be like the lives they see on the internet. It's like they see how it looks like this glorious, glamorous life, and they even showed some of the viral people that's, you know, what they call them? Influencers. That's what they call influencers. I put quotes on influencers because you got good influence and you got bad influences. Why I put quotes on it. But they showed that these people, that their job is to they chill and live normal lives, and they only turn the cameras on just to fulfill the obligation of appearing to live a certain type of life, and they go right back to their normal lives, going to the gym, eating, just laying around, chilling, and have solely created a big stream of income off making you think that their lives is more than like this glamorous show.
Yeah.
and like people really going to nervous breakdowns. They getting committed into mental institutions and like going into deep depressions, all behind not being able to live how the people live on social media like this. It's like we call the first time we heard pandemic was COVID, but it got way more pandemics.
Yeah, I said that earlier.
Yeah, it's a lot of pandemics. Out here, bro. That's crucial that we ain't got the quarantine from them. Yeah. But they out here and it's just. You know.
I just feel like that's a touchy situation because I think at the end of the day, truth be told, people just don't want to work for what they want. And they want to take all these other routes.
And see, this the thing. The thing is, I was just talking to a partner of mine the other day, and I told him, I say, I'm in the culture, and I'm in the realm of time where I'm the ultimate victim. Like, I'm more likely to get canceled. Cause I say shit that, like, they canceling people for shit I say now. Yeah. Like, giving people you telling people to take accountability for dumb shit.
Yeah, that's a problem now.
Yeah, like, it's a problem if you don't supposed to have to own your own screw-ups and your own choices that don't work out. Yeah. And when you say this to people, you the bad guy. Like, they canceling people for keeping it real. Or they shunning people, like they say,
I mean, because honestly, bro, like people don't want to hear the real always. They want to be lied to. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you come from an industry where certain people don't want to hear the real. Like, man, that song suck. You know what I'm saying?
You hate it. Yeah. Soon as if you say a song ain't the sickest or the hardest song or beat, you are a hater. If you say,
but the problem is though, when you keep quiet because you don't want to be looked at as a hater, you know what I'm saying? You start spawning other problems because now you got people believing their own hype.
Yeah.
And believing your own hype could be dangerous too because
it's a lot of ways it could be dangerous. And it's like that's how you know, like especially in the music. The music industry has the most situations like that because rappers are the popular person or whoever the money maker is and the bag is in the situation. Yeah. Nobody's going to tell him no or that ain't what's up, that song ain't hot, don't get on that podcast and say that or say this. If they ask you, they don't have publicists and stuff. They only have a crew of people they feeding. Yeah. Nobody's that if you solely taking care of somebody, they not gonna stand up to you and oppose you. They gonna agree. I can get up if I'm taking care of 4 or 5 people, just for sake, hypothetically. Yeah. If I'm taking care of 4 or 5 people and I wake up, I take and get up, get dressed, I put my right shoe on my left foot and my left shoe on my right foot. A nigga ain't gonna tell me shit because I'm providing for them. Yeah. Oh, they gonna like shit. They might even do it too. Like, man, this the new style. Just because I'm feeding them, clothing them, giving them shelter. That's what's going on. That's why the podcast game, they blaming the podcasters. Yeah. They saying Vlad the feds, Mav Hoffa the feds, this person the feds, that person the feds. You getting asked a question. Your choice to open your mouth or not. If you keep your mouth closed by some shit you know that can incriminate you, you good.
Well, you know what?
If you choose to open your mouth, take your lick.
You know what? I remember seeing an interview with Juvenile and Vlad, and he asked him, I think, pushed by Young Buck.
I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, he was adamant about it.
He did say fuck Buck a bitch ass nigga, but he didn't say
I don't want to talk about this. I mean, look, just like we'll say that to somebody in the streets. Tell that to Vlad.
Just like I seen Pee Wee Longway. Pee Wee Longway had the rawest Vlad on TV interview in history. When he asked him about Crip and gang affiliation, man, I've been a schoolboy and got my education and just hustled and worked my whole life. Blue just my favorite color. I don't know nothing about no Crip gang. Yeah. Hands down. Guess what Vlad did? Went on straight to talk about music only. Ain't asked nothing, but if I can say something about some shit, if I can throw, just like you throw a bait in the water, if you catch a fish, you supposed to reel that bitch in.
But see, that go back to
niggas
be needing that attention. So when they ask the question, they like, oh, this is my time to shine.
That's why they trying to say, they want to blame podcasts for everybody who get locked up. I don't blame no podcaster. I don't blame them because people ask you questions that you don't have to open your mouth and answer. That's just like in real life. You don't have to open your mouth and answer. Just like it was just like when we was little. If I know I done did some shit that gonna get me a crucial ass whooping,
ain't about to say
but ain't nobody see me, but hey, they might have a hunch. A hunch is a suspicion.
Yeah.
They be like, Brian, did you knock that vase down over there on that Chester by the counter? Nope. Even if you feel like it was, I ain't gonna tell you, I ain't do that.
You know what though? It's funny because if a nigga girl asks him, you out here cheating, a nigga just tell you no, or they'll be like, I don't know what you talking about. But if you ask a nigga about some other stuff, like who shot who, or what happened in 92, or whatever, you tell the whole story.
Boy, that's one thing Young Thug Ben said, boy, y'all bitch ass niggas, y'all niggas lie to your mama, your children, your baby mama, and everybody else, and go on the stand or somewhere else and tell the God honest truth. It's not saying you have to tell the truth or lie. Don't say nothing. I seen, what's her name? I forget one of the girl, Aviana. Shit, I seen one of the interviewers ask Aviana about something. When they had the toy drive.
Yeah.
When they had the toy drive with all the rappers and stuff, she was like, oh yeah. It was like, that ain't got nothing to do with us. Next question. Straight shut him down.
Yeah.
Know what he did?
Moved on. If
she could do it, and that's a young 20-something-year-old girl, what's wrong with these rappers that's older? Y'all don't got that. If she don't got no spider training her. That's observation should tell you like, but they thriving off attention, off speaking on. That's what podcasts based on. Podcasters get on there and ask you about everything but you. That's why they drop 12 parts.
Yeah.
Cause they asking you about what you think about this with such and such, and this with such and such, this with this one, this with that one, that with that one. So they stretching it out just to run more views and then drop a full interview. It's up to us to get up there. If you know you got an open case. Man, look, that's still something current. I done seen plenty of them that is smart though. Yeah. That's something that's currently going on. I can't talk about that.
Yeah. So look, I know we got a lot to talk about, so we might have to do a part 3, but I gotta ask you this question. Though.
Okay.
Before we even wrap it up, I gotta ask you, who is more influenced by music, men or women? That's a tough question.
No. It's not, because it all depends on, I'm gonna just speak for the present. For the present, both. Because that's the men, only way I'm gonna say, I'm gonna have to give an edge to men, because even the stuff that influenced the women still affect the men. Yeah. Like, when they talk, all these women talk about that.
They get that money and all that spend.
It's getting fed to the women, but the men, it backtracks to the men. Plus, you got your men that still won't slide on the ops, Molly, Percocet, dog food, Surge, which I ain't saying women don't do that too, but it's more still. I have to credit it more to the men because even the stuff that get fed, the bullshit that get fed to the women, it boomerang back to the men because they the ones who, when she popping that ass or whatever, or what you trying to get out of her, you flying them out, taking them shopping, taking them everywhere under the sun to eat, still dropping a bag on them to come. Or if you're not living that high up, you still finding ways to make provisions with your hard-earned money that you working a job with. They got dudes out here living on their back pockets, still find ways to
Blade,
pop off that money.
I got this question for you then. Do you feel like music is the worst influence on black people as of 2023?
I ain't gonna lie, I think music is the most major influence. I think music, it's so crazy because music in some instances, in a lot of instances, music have more influence than a lot of parents because
Some people don't look up to their parents. They look at their parents, be like, you got a job, you a square. You ain't doing it.
Like
I wanna be
seeing
like
a lot of money and a lot of material stuff it's like money and attention, the biggest drugs in the world.
Yeah.
Like money worse. Anything can get cooked up, anything that could get sold illegally, it's not worse than money or attention. Money and attention are the most crucial drugs and the most addictive things in the world. And it's not the money, it's the love and the crave of it. Yeah. Like people doing women selling their body, prostitution being promoted right in front of our face on a daily. I heard a rap lyric say, one line she say, I'm not no prostitute, but I only have sex with niggas with the chicks. Prostitution, let me give all women the definition. Prostitution is the exchange of sexual favors for money or material goods. That is prostitution. If you fuck for a pair of jeans, you're a hoe. You fuck for a purse, you're a hoe. You fuck for some shoes, a couple dollars, a flight, anything that's deemed as an exchange, you are a whore. W-H-O-R-E. Whore. I don't care what your mama told you. If she say, girl, get that money. I don't care if your great grandma told you money for honey. I don't care if your great grandma told you finance before romance. You are a whore. You need to understand that you cannot be a whore without a whore reputation. You are a whore. I don't care what achievements you have, diplomas, degrees, you are a whore if you are exchanging sexual favors for money or goods. I don't care if he paid you just to jack him off and that's it. I don't care if he paid you to eat your ass. I don't care what he paid you to do. If it's a sexual favor, you are a whore. Men, if you accept it too, you a whore too. It's just what it is. But just own it. I'm not saying you going to heaven or hell for being a whore or you a bad person or a good person for being a whore. You're a whore. That's the definition.
So you just said something. I'm going to ask you this question. Is there ever a circumstance or a situation where you shouldn't own what you may do?
If you're ashamed of it, don't do it. That's all I can tell you. If you're ashamed of it, don't do it. Like all these niggas in the city, got a lot of dudes in the city. Got a lot of y'all boys, y'all be on the internet.
Y'all about to be seeing a lot of this brand, nigga. You see what time it is. Ain't no going back. Read the shirt. Crazy man co-signing on this shit. The real crazy man, you know what time it is. Once again, ain't no going back. Ain't no going back to that bullshit. That's all we rocking for the 2022, nigga, and on up.
So look, we pick it back up right off. So look, I know we had an unexpected commercial break just then, but you know, we back. But I mean, Blaze, we touched on a few things. I know it's a lot more.
It's way more, and as long as the world keep turning, it's gonna be way more. It's just like, man, 2023, and just 2000s period. It's been some wild shit, boy. It's normalized that women have a whore phase. Like, having a whore phase is supposed to be something that's normal, like puberty. Like, hey, my 20s was my whore phase. It's no phase. If you want some hoe, just don't say no phase. You want some hoe shit. Don't leave the phase. Stop trying to.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Once a hoe, always a hoe?
I think so. It's opinion. This is a strictly opinion. I can't say yeah or no, but my opinion, because man, even when they run across Mr. Right, it really don't be no Mr. Right. He just be
Mr. Right Now.
He be Mr. Right Now or
Right time.
Mr. Right Pockets.
Yeah.
Like, and she still ain't gonna. They be on there. You could be a boo, you could be bae, hubby, lover, and another nigga be trying to knock the bottom out that motherfucker still. So it still come like women love to say, "Oh, it ain't your dick, it's just your turn." Nah, yeah, that could. I ain't gonna say y'all wrong, but it's for sure. It ain't your pussy, it's your turn. Because a lot of them don't.
I look at it like a music party. You know what I'm saying? You get on a ride.
Yeah.
You take the ride, and then you get off the ride, and you go to the next.
That's just like some more said that marriage is like just one ride at the amusement. You ain't gonna go to an amusement park and want to ride one ride. So you getting married, you want to ride one mother. That's your ride. That's your favorite ride. You ain't fucking with no other rides. You don't care. If you love the Ferris wheel, you ain't worried about the roller coaster or the teacups. You ain't worried about the basketball games. You ain't worried about the foosball table. You ain't worried about the skee ball games. You ain't worried about the table hockey. You ain't worried about shit but your Ferris wheel or whatever your favorite ride is.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is, man, and it's all opinion based, but a lot of y'all be knowing that shit you be doing, y'all don't be. That's why y'all be trying to crawl lower than the ant belly, cause you ashamed of shit. Like if you ashamed, go sit your ass down somewhere and don't do what you're doing. But if you proud of what you're doing, do that.
Yeah. So Blaze, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up this edition of Just Land, the Jetsetters edition.
Yeah.
Of course, we're gonna bring you back for some more. But before we go, let the people know where they can find you at. Plug your stuff.
Read my shirt, for one. I don't even remember what it say verbatim, but just read it, and y'all need to know that. Work for a cause, never the applause. Live life to express, not to impress. Know that. Follow me at Rawthenic83 on IG. BJ on Facebook. Go stream my new single, Cut Up. On all streaming platforms. Ride the Bus on all streaming platforms. Like I said, I got some of the personal stuff, I'm trying to work through and work around. So we're gonna have some visuals to come with that in due time. Project with 627 coming. No Boundaries, produced by him and shot with Ken. Shout out to them. Shout out to Delvin. Takeover gonna be coming soon still, Kings of the Club. Don't forget that. And that's about it.
That's a bit. So man, make sure to follow us on the Antidote Network. Watch us on Roku, Fire TV, YouTube, and man, we just landed, man. We out.
We out.